Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be doing some intro calls. Earlier today, I sent out maybe about 50 to 75 messages to agents who have on-market listings. Anybody who said that yes, they're open to working with investors or something along the lines. The next step of the process is to do intro calls, right? So this is how, in my process, I do lead generation, right? So my goal is to find agent acquisitions, right? Or find agents that are wanting to work with investors, or at least agents that are going to be a good fit for what we're aiming for and what we're looking for. So, so I called Skylar. Hey, Skylar. I tried giving you a call just now from my cell phone, but it seems that I caught you at a bad time. When is a good time to talk? So this agent responded, hey, are you located in Tucson? So market that I'm marketing to right now is Tucson, Arizona. So just so you guys know. All right. The next one in the list, Amber. Amber responded, yes, I do work with investors. So let's give Amber a call. We got Riley over here shattering today, ladies and gents. 520-302-9877. I'm gonna work on a tripod. This is my tripod for now.
Call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Double dial is the new single dial.
Call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 520-302-9877 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey Amber, this is Harvey. I was reaching out just because I did send you a text earlier today in regards to your listing in Tucson, asking if you happen to work with investor buyers. You mentioned that you did, so I wanted to put a voice to the text. So it seems like I caught you at a bad time. Give me a call or shoot me a text whenever you get a chance. We'd love an opportunity to connect and see how we can work together. All right, so now we send her a text. 6526. Say, hey Amber, tried giving you a call just now from my cell phone, but it seems that I caught you at a bad time. When is a good time to talk? All right, now we move on. Oh man, this is, how would you say that? Kareem? Let's see, Kareem. 520-490. So Kareem said, yes, I do work with investors. So let's go. getting a lot more response rate around 11.
You've reached Denise Flores with Home Smart Advantage Crew.
Perfect. So not Kareem, it's Denise. So let's call her during.
Denise Flores speaking.
Hey Denise, this is Harvey. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking, and thank you for taking the call. Did I catch you at a good time?
I'm just dropping off my son at practice right now.
Love it. You don't mind me asking, practice for a sport?
Yes, baseball.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, I play soccer. I was hoping you said soccer. That would have been awesome. With a court.
Oh no, I got stuff. I have football players and basketball player and a baseball player, but
God.
not soccer.
Oh well, you're missing one. Yeah, we got
I'm missing
basketball
one. Yeah.
players and soccer players in the family here.
Got you.
Love
Got
it.
you. That's awesome.
Well, I didn't want to take too much time, if anything. I know I reached out to you earlier, and first and foremost, I wanted to apologize. I didn't realize that my CRM sent you two text messages at the same time, and definitely not the
Oh
approach
no,
I
it's
was aiming to
okay.
do. So, well, I appreciate your understanding. The reason I reached out to you, Denise, I'm a local investor. I'm based out of
Okay.
Phoenix. However, one of our business models is to fix and flip, and that's mainly what we do over there in Tucson. So I don't.
Oh, okay.
When I asked to see if you work with investor buyers, I wanted to see if that's even something within the ballpark of what you come across.
What I do come across properties, matter of fact, there's one we just came across yesterday, but we're still trying to get a little bit more information on the property.
Okay.
But I think it's gonna take an investor to purchase this property. The only thing is, I wanna say the price was gonna be a little tricky on that one. Only because the buyer or the seller needs to break even.
Gotcha. Okay. So when you say break even, are
Like he's not gonna be able to walk away with anything. Like I mean, he just doesn't want to go into a foreclosure.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that with me, Denise. Well, I'd love to share with you first. That is going to be our primary business model. We're looking for properties that need some
Okay.
love, original,
Okay.
original state that needs some renovations, and we're really aiming to
Okay.
add some value, put them in the market, right, relist them, and hopefully find
Right.
a homestead buyer that finds that property suitable for them and their family. That's
Mhm.
at least our goal.
Mhm.
Now, on the flip side, I'm glad you mentioned that because on the flip side, another way we buy properties is, well, first and foremost, what we mainly specialize is solving seller problems. Okay? What I
Okay.
mean by that
Mhm.
is if you ever came across, a seller, or a client that maybe has little to no equity or behind or underwater, they're behind on
Yeah.
payments, maybe probates, divorces, tax lien,
Right.
lien negotiations, anything out of the ordinary like that. If
Mhm.
anything, my goal would be to be a tool in your tool belt to be able to help you solve
Okay.
those scenarios and also help you take those
Okay.
to the finish line. So when you
Oh,
say,
great.
so when you mention, they're trying to break even, what I hear is, does that mean they don't have that much equity, or they're just behind on payments at the time?
They're not behind on payments. They're up to. They've been paying. The issue here is the owner is in the Air Force and he has to leave. Like he has to leave like tomorrow or like yesterday. And he doesn't have time to fix up the house or do anything to the house. I didn't get to see it. My partner did, so I don't know too much about it. I have to get a little bit more
Watch this.
information.
Watch this third party
But
story.
so that's kind of where we're at. So they were trying to sell it in as is condition and just see about trying to get an investor that could just buy it, fix it up, and then obviously flip it.
Got it.
Um,
Okay. Do
yeah, so
do
he
you,
bought it only like I want to say 2 or 3 years ago. It was pretty just not
Pretty
too long
recent.
ago.
Right.
Right, pretty recent. So his loan payoff, I believe he bought it for 220. So I don't know exactly where his loan is at right now. But I think if they're gonna sell it as is, I don't see him making anything on it.
Got it. Okay, so you said they bought it about 2 to 3 years ago. Well,
Mhm.
it's so by you mentioning that, let me share with you a scenario we came across. Well, we bought a property. I want to say this one we closed in like February. So
Okay.
I contacted an agent last year. I think our first conversation was roughly about September, October. And
Mhm.
I mentioned the same thing. Say, hey, have you ever come across anybody with a unique situations? He's like, actually, I have a gentleman. He's in the he's an active vet, right? And
Mhm.
he bought his property in June at the peak of the market. Okay,
Okay.
and I want to say similar in the sense of his job. They relocated him and his family to Florida. There wasn't,
Mhm.
none of his choice, but he got relocated to Florida, so he was required to, sell his property in. This one was in Santan Valley. Okay,
Oh, okay.
so the good thing was that they were at least helping them with the down payment for their new place. So they were already in the transition of getting a new place in Florida. So that wasn't really an
Mhm.
issue. The issue was that they bought the property at the peak of the market in June. As you know, the market has shifted, right?
Right.
So
Mhm.
when I spoke to the agent roughly in about September, I asked, hey, so if what's kind of what's the seller net sheet looking like right now? If the seller is going to take care of your commissions, they're going to take care of closing costs, and you mentioned that they just recently bought it, I'm assuming they don't have that
Mhm.
much equity. He says, no, not at all.
Mhm.
They're actually right now coming out of pocket. Again, September, October, they were at like 17 to 18,000 that they would have to come out of pocket at closing to get this one
Oh,
sold.
wow.
So what I offered, right, and how we bought this property,
Mhm.
we said, hey, look, obviously for cash is not going to make sense for us. Not only that the property was in good shape in this scenario, for cash, we obviously, I'm sure you get all these, low ball offers from cash investors. Well, the same thing that they were
Right.
getting offers, same thing. There were somewhere, going to be $50,000 to $80,000 lower than what the purchase price was, which puts obviously the
Mhm.
seller at a point where they would have to come out of even more out of pocket, right?
Right.
So what we did to make this a win-win, we offered, say, hey, what if we can just take care of the closing costs? In that scenario, we were actually able to take care of all agent commissions, full commissions in that sense.
Mhm.
We were able to put $1,000 in the seller's pocket, and what we did is that we're willing to take over the monthly payments on that existing loan, leaving the loan
Mhm.
in place. We are now responsible of the property. The deed gets transferred to us as the buyer. We're now responsible of the
Mhm.
property, the taxes, the repairs, everything. Okay, so
Okay.
seller was open and receptive to it, but he still wanted to wait a little bit longer because he was hopeful that he
Okay.
was going to get his asking price. So I circled back
Right.
with them. I stayed in touch with them. He wanted to wait about a month or two, and we were very transparent, just because in that sense, obviously, the longer they wait, the more that we would have to also come up, on the table. So in January, the seller decided that he couldn't do any more price drops because at that point he was already at
Mhm.
25K that he would have to
Oh,
come out of
wow.
pocket. So, how we bought this property is the actual transaction is called subject to. We bought the property subject to
Right.
the existing loan.
Okay.
Have you heard of that transaction?
I have heard of it.
Love it. Okay, perfect. So that's essentially how we were able, again, in that scenario, able to make this a win-win-win, right? For us as investors, we were able
Mhm.
to acquire a property without having going to the traditional, lending, right? Getting qualified and all that good
Mhm.
stuff. For the seller, I mean, they save basically 24K because we're able to put $1,000 in their
Yeah.
pocket. And then, the numbers penciled in for us as an investor, where we're in that scenario, we were able to take care of the agent commissions, full commissions. Because at the end of the day, we obviously want you guys to get paid in those sort of transactions as well. Um,
Right.
so I share that just because you mentioned that this one they wanted to kind of at least break even. So I don't know if they have that much equity or what does that look like, but I don't know if that would be a
Yeah, I would have to get a little bit more information. Like I said, it just literally fell in our lap yesterday. My partner wants to go see it. She did say it needed some repairs. I don't know to the extent of what kind of repairs. She said the kitchen, it's a four bedroom, two bath, and it's in a like close near the I-19 freeway. So it's like it's in a perfect location because a lot of that area does sell
okay,
or rent. So it could go either one.
okay, okay.
So I would just have to get more information for you. I know that she was also working on the comps and she was doing all of the, our homework on it. I just haven't had any time because I was super busy. Because I also manage commercial buildings.
Okay.
And so I was just very busy doing that today, so I didn't get a chance to even look at the file. But I can call her. I can get a little bit more information. We can circle back maybe tomorrow if that's okay.
Absolutely, absolutely. We can definitely do that.
Okay.
If you could for me, again, yeah, I guess we can figure out
Yeah.
tomorrow. I'd like to understand at least what the timeline is for your client. We always like to start there.
Okay.
That way, we can obviously tailor, our offer based on that timeline. It's always extremely beneficial for your client, right? Because sometimes sellers
Okay.
aren't
Yeah.
that in a rush of selling, right? But if they have a time frame, I like to start there to see if we can start with that. Um,
Okay.
and then just figuring out, of course, I mean, the condition. I mean, you obviously you can share that with me tomorrow. What are they hoping to accomplish? I mean, if they're trying to break even, what would be the price? And I mean, all that good stuff.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. I think that would be a great conversation to have tomorrow because I know that they're like pretty much in a hurry. They want to sell it as quickly as possible. Like I believe the seller has to leave like this weekend or next weekend. So
Oh
it's like
wow,
very quick. You have to move.
wow. Okay. Do you know if they're already are they buying another property? Did they already buy another one?
I'm not aware if they are. I'm so sorry. I'm like so limited with any
Oh,
information
you're
on this
good.
property.
No, you're good. You're
Um,
good. You're being transparent. I
like I said,
appreciate
I
that.
it literally just found our lap yesterday, and we got bombarded with just have so much going on. So, but I also have another client that may be looking into her selling her rental. That one will need some repairs. Like it needs a good maybe 40, 50 in it. Um, and I'm not even too sure. I know that there was something with the plumbing, but I just don't know to what extent of the plumbing needs to be repaired and
Okay.
how much that would be. But I think she's leaning more towards selling eventually. I'm just, talking to her about it. So there's no way she does not have the money to fix it up. So I'll get some more information on that one as well and see if she's up to it, and then maybe possibly getting that one over to you as well. That one's also in a great location. It's on the east side of town, east side of Tucson.
Love it. Okay, absolutely. I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity, first and foremost. And yeah, would love to
Yeah,
see if this is
absolutely.
something that we can definitely work together. So what do you suggest? So I'm not stepping on your toes. What would be a time frame I can circle back with you tomorrow?
So tomorrow, I'm actually leaving to Vegas. I have a friend of mine that's getting married Saturday. So I
Nice.
land in Vegas about 10, 11:20. So if you could give me a call, maybe like around 1 or 2.
Okay, let me pull my calendar. I'm a calendar guy, right? So let me see the calendar. I have availability. I actually have the at 2 p.m. Arizona time, and I do believe Vegas is the same
Okay.
time, right?
Yes, yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, if you're open at 2, I can always give you a call. Worst case
Okay,
scenario, I'll leave you a voicemail and shoot you a text, and if you can just
okay.
get back to me whenever
Or I
obviously you're
can
available.
also get you over to my partner if for some reason I can't answer. I can give you I'll give you my partner's contact information as well if for some reason I'm not available.
Okay, yeah, either way works.
Okay.
Okay, love it.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, and you have a great evening.
You too. It was really a pleasure speaking with you. Enjoy your time with the little ones, or at least if you're gonna watch their
Thank
practice.
you.
And
Yeah.
before I let you go, Denise, could you do me a big favor? Is there a way that you
Yes.
can maybe text me your email address? What I like to do in the meantime, I like to be
Absolutely.
proactive and at least send you our buy box in Tucson in case you, again, at least have that
Okay.
at. And then I'll remind you
Okay.
that we also focus on those creative strategies to be able to help you in those unique situations, just so you can at least have it on your inbox. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll send that over.
Love it, Denise. I appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You as well.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
All right. So I'd say that was a great call, in my opinion. You guys can tell me otherwise. Again, just a window of opportunity, right? You miss every shot you don't take. So in this case, it's what's 5:30 p.m. here. She's on her way to dropping off her kid to a baseball practice. I play soccer. But again, I think this is a potential two opportunities. One that seller needs to sell quickly. Sellers already sounds like they've accepted of just breaking even. So I think now it's just understanding the situation, getting more property details, more a little bit more information, right? Just so we can then determine, hey, sir, is this something that is this a property we can make in a cash offer? Or based on their not having equity, maybe this could be a potential subject too. So again, love that she's open to it. Love the fact that she's willing to go get the information. We have a follow-up for tomorrow, and she mentioned that she has another potential seller who may be open to selling the rental, and it needs work, and the seller isn't wanting to do the work, right? So I think overall this was a good good call. She's receptive to working with investors. She has two potential opportunities. One seems like closer than the other, but hey, I'm gonna go ahead and send myself a follow up for tomorrow. Make sure I don't miss that follow up, and hey, we'll see how we'll go from there. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end this one with this call. I hope you guys were able to get some value from it. I'm going to keep cranking some calls here for the next 30 minutes. But essentially, this is what the intro calls are. Just hop on the phone with an agent, introduce yourself, tell them a little bit who you are, what you do. Um, and based on that, some agents are going to have something, some aren't. So again, hope you guys got some value. You guys have any questions? Again, my name is Harvey. Feel free to shoot me an email, text, or um, shoot me a comment. Peace.